Welcome, my lovely students. How are you today, girls? How are you? Okay, my beautiful students, today we will finish Unit 3, girls, and we will take Lesson 4 together in our book, We Can. But first of all, I will tell you what is the day and the date of today. Today is what, girls? Today is Sunday, and the spelling is Sunday, and the date is 18/3/1443 after Hijrah. As I told you girls, today we will take Unit 3, Lesson 4. The title of our unit is about sports and activities. I need you to open your book, We Can, page 24 and 25, and write the day with the date. So please open We Can book, page 24 and 25, and write the day with the date. Let me start my own lesson for today, girls, with superlative adjectives. What do I mean by superlative adjectives, girls? Superlative adjectives are used to compare between more than one thing, more than one person, more than one animal. Okay, so superlative adjectives are used to compare between more than one thing أكثر من شيء, more than one person أكثر من شخص, more than one animal means أكثر من حيوان. Okay, for example, here we have tall and dangerous. Last time I explained the comparative adjectives, right? So, and I said comparative adjectives are used to compare between two things, two persons, and two animals. The superlative adjectives are used to compare between more than one thing, more than one person, more than one animal. For example, girls, Ahmed is the tallest person in the class. So here I compared Ahmed with all the persons in the class. So Ahmed is the tallest person in the class. Number 2, skydiving is the most dangerous sport. Skydiving is the most dangerous sport. Ahmed is then the adjective after that, est. So Ahmed is the tallest person in the class. Skydiving is the most dangerous sport. What do I mean by long adjectives? Long adjectives means more than one syllabus. More than one syllabus, girls. More than what? More than one syllabus, okay? Have long adjectives, superlative adjectives. Exciting, the most exciting. Boring, the most boring. Dangerous, the most dangerous. Difficult, the most difficult. Just adding the, after that most, then the adjective without adding er or est. Okay? Exciting, the most exciting. Boring, the most boring. Dangerous, the most dangerous. And difficult, the most difficult. Okay? If you want to compare more than one thing or more than two persons, more than two animals. Okay? So here, hang gliding is the sport. Hang gliding is the more exciting sport, or hang gliding is the most exciting sport. Of course, hang gliding is the most exciting sport. Here, scuba diving is the sport. Scuba diving is more dangerous or most dangerous. Of course, most dangerous. Scuba diving is the most dangerous sport. Okay, let me complete. Sorry, girls. Here we have I'd like to, but. I'd like to, but. So here we have what? We have horse and we have X. This means that I have no horse. Let me make a sentence using I'd like to, but. Okay? So here, I'd like to try riding a horse, but I have no horse. I'd like to try riding a horse, but I have no horse. So I'd like to, what? To try riding a horse, but I have no horse. I'd like to try riding a horse, but I have no horse. And here we have rock and we have X. This person is climbing a rock, right? So I'd like to try rock climbing. I'd like to try rock climbing, but there is no rock. I'd like to try rock climbing, but there is no rock. I'd like to try rock climbing, but there is no rock. Here we have a falcon. I'd like to try falconing, but I have no falcon. I'd like to try falconing, but I have no falcon. It means in Arabic أنا أريد أن أجرب هذا الشيء ولكن مثلا لا يوجد لدي. Okay? I'd like to try falconing, but I have no falcon. Here, choose the right answer. Here we have painting. I'd like to try painting, but I don't know how. Or I'd like to try painting, but I have no plane. Of course, I'd like to try painting, but I don't know how. Here we have cooking. I'd like to try cooking, but I have no rock. Or I'd like to try cooking, but I don't know how. Of course, I'd like to try cooking, but I don't know how. Here, choose the right answer. I'd like to play tennis, but I have no racket. Or I'd like to play tennis, but I have no rock. Rock means in Arabic حجارة, okay? So, of course, I'd like to play tennis, but I have no racket. Here, I'd like to try scuba diving, but there is no rock. Or I'd like to try scuba diving, but there is no sea. Of course, I'd like to try scuba diving اللي هو الغوص, but there is no sea. Now we have phonics, some words that contain OY and OI like boy and coin. Also we have ERE like where, AIR like hair, EAR like pear. Okay? Now, open your book, please, girls. Page 25 and 26, girls. 25 and 26. We can book, of course. Open your book, page 24 and 25. Sorry, girls. 24 and 25. And listen.
Phonics. Exercise 1. Listen, say, and match.
Listen to words with OY and OI. They make the same sound. Oi, oi. Let's practice.
Toy, toy. Coin, coin.
Boy, boy.
Point, point.
Now listen and match words and pictures.
Girls, here you have to match the words with the pictures. Listen.
Toy, toy. Coin, coin.
Boy, boy.
Boy.
Point, point.
Point. Now listen to exercise 2.
Now
Exercise
read the
2.
words with a
Listen,
partner.
say, and match.
Listen to words with ERE, AIR, and EAR. They make the same sound. Air, air. Let's practice.
Where,
hair, bear.
where.
So girls, where, hair, pear. Write ERE, EAR, or AIR. Number 1. Sorry, girls. Number 1. Number 1, girls. Pear, EAR. And number 2, girls. Number 2. Look at this pair of shoes. Pair of shoes. A-I-R. A-I-R. And number 3, I'd like to sit on that chair. A-I-R. He's wearing the blue coat. E-A-R. Wearing. E-A-R. Okay? E-A-R. Okay, girls? You have to do it like this. Now, listen, my beautiful students. Listen and match the parts, then chant. Focus, girls, please.
Challenge time. Exercise 3. I'd like to, but. Listen and match the parts. Then chant.
I'd like to, but. I'd like to play tennis, but I have no racket. I'd like to try falconing, but I have no falcon. I'd like to try riding, but I have no horse. I'd like to try scuba diving, but there is no sea. I'd like to try rock climbing, but there is no rock. I'd like to try skydiving, but there is no plane. I'd like to try cooking, but don't know how. I'd like to try painting, but don't know how.
So, girls,
Try photography. I have no camera and don't know how.
you have to match it.
Make 2 groups.
Yes, okay?
Are
You
you
have to do it by
ready?
yourself after
Now,
listening. Your homework in the activity book is page 93 and 94, girls. Number 1, unscramble and write the words where, pear, chair, there, point, and coin. Read and answer the questions. Circle yes or no. You can do this exercise by yourself, girls. Also here, copy and chant. I'd like to. On page 25, girls, you have to copy the chant after matching. Choose different sports and activities and write your own verse. 3 lines of the chant. You have to do also this exercise by yourself and send your homework to me. Okay, girls? This is the end of my lesson today, my beautiful students. Thank you for listening and watching, and see you in my virtual class. Goodbye, girls. Goodbye.